Okay, so what we're going to go over now is what is called a reverse foot setup, and it really makes doing things like having your character walk really easy, or easier, I should say. Now, it should be stated that doing animations that are cycles is the hardest type of animation there is. So like a walk or a run, you know, typically you don't just walk 2 steps. You'll walk, you know, an untold number of steps. And you wouldn't want it to look odd every time it transitioned back to the same foot. And so we call it a cycle. You also wouldn't want to so it kind of happens in a loop. You wouldn't want to have to animate, you know, every single step the character took. It'd be nice just to animate 1 step with the left foot and 1 step with the right foot and then reuse those. So this is going to help make that easier. So previously we created some IK handles on this leg, on this left leg here. And we always talk about our characters from their own direction. So from character left and character right. And so if I open up my hypergraph, let me just get to it through the window, I guess. Go to Window, Hypergraph Hierarchy. I'm going to press F on my keyboard to frame it. I'm going to go to Options to display hidden nodes. So I need to be able to see them now. Press F again. And here's all these IK handles that are kind of grayed out. That means they've been hidden. Okay, and I don't necessarily need to see them in this perspective view. I just need to see them over here. Now, I need to create a set of controls that makes it so that it's easy for the character to kind of roll its foot up on top of its toes, or to roll its foot back onto its heel. And so we're going to create a foot roll for this character. So to do that, the first thing we want to do is I'm going to have this foot control selected. I'm going to add a custom attribute to it. So with it selected and inside the channel box, I'm going to go to Edit, Add Attribute. I need to give it a name. I'm going to call it Roll. And we have a few different options in here. I'm not going to bother to explain them all, but we're just going to use this float attribute. Okay? And then I'm going to give it a minimum and a maximum. I like to choose a range of 10. So I go to -10, maximum of 10, and default to 0. So I'll use one of these to roll the foot up on the toe, and another one to roll it backwards onto the heel. And then I'll click OK, and it's going to add that attribute to this control. Now, we have all these IK handles in here, and we can make good use of these in a reverse foot setup. So what we need to do to enable this to happen is create some locators that are going to allow these different IK handles to rotate at different points on the foot. So I'm going to go to Create, Locator. It creates a new locator down here. I'm going to switch to my Translate tool, and I'm going to snap it to the back of the heel, on the model of the back of the heel. So I'll hold down V and middle mouse click and drag on the vertice on the back of the heel, and it snaps it to that location. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and rename this locator to heel _ loc. Then I'm going to duplicate it. I press Control D, and this time I'm going to move it forward. Missed. I'm going to move it forward to where the ball of the foot is. Okay, so right in this region. Okay, I'm going to call this one ball loke. Okay, I'm going to duplicate it one more time. I'm going to move it right up to the tippity toe of my character. Okay. Looks like I need to move it up a little bit. Turn off this grid so I can see more easily. I also need to turn down the joint size, or I can just turn off joints for now. Okay, so that looks pretty good. But I do need to move this one up. Okay. Now I've got all these locators placed. I need to rename this last locator to toe. Loc, short for locator. And I need to grab all three of these, and I'm going to parent them to this foot control. So the middle mouse click on one of them and drag them over to this foot control. Okay. Looks like I missed one, so let me add it in. Okay, right now I've got, it looks a little more busy than it needs to, so I'm going to go to Options, Display, and turn off Shape Nodes. Okay, so now I need to create a hierarchy out of these that's going to allow me to rotate the foot back and forth. So first thing I need to think about is these IK handles need to belong to these groups. So if I want, for instance, if I want the foot to be able to roll backwards on the hill, then I could parent all three of these IK handles to this locator. And then if I rotate this locator, if my weighting information were better, so I should probably go through and rate, yeah, let me pause the video and do some weight painting real quick so this will show up more nicely. So I'm going to undo that, and then I'll pause and paint the weights on this portion so it'll make more sense. Okay, so I'm back and I've got the weight painted on the foot. Maya crashed while I was doing that and I didn't save for a while, so I had to go back and redo a bunch of stuff just real quick. But basically, the leg is not weighted anymore, so it's not going to move with the foot. But the foot is, so this is going to show off some stuff. So now, if I wanted the foot to roll back on the hill, all I'd have to do is parent these three IK handles to the hill locator. And I can grab this locator and rotate it, and now the heel rotates back right at that point. Okay, now this, I'm going to hide this object so it's not in the way. Okay, hide that. I'm going to rotate this locator back down. Now what if I want to go all the way up to this tippity toe? Then I could parent all of these to the toe. And then I could actually grab the toe and I could rotate them all up on the toe. Okay. Well, what if I didn't want all of them to go up that way? I just wanted some of them to. So what if I grabbed this leg IK and parented it to the ball? So I can rotate just the back